When was the last time that you did something for nothing? When was the last time you showed generosity to someone just because? Today, I want to talk to you about something we did a few weeks back out at Goodman Elementary. We went out there when school started and we gave away a bunch of backpacks to the kiddos there. And I had mentioned to you guys how rewarding that was. And I actually drove out there last night after a football game, and it just got me thinking about that community and getting involved and some of the kiddos that were out there. Just some of the interactions we had with some of the teachers and especially the principal. She was awesome. Check out this clip of her.
And I do really do appreciate coming out and volunteering and donating and all that. That doesn't happen a lot.
Right, honestly, it doesn't.
Right, it really doesn't. It's a pretty big deal.
You know, you got to give back though sometimes. You know, when you're, when God has blessed you, you got to pass it on.
And you gonna make me just go ahead on and run around this school and say I am a believer.
Thank you again.
You're welcome. Thank y'all.
The principal, in just that short period of time that we were interacting with the principal, man, she had an effect on me. She had so much of an effect on me that we've decided not only just to continue to volunteer, but I'm also going to come speak. I'm going to go speak for the kids. I'm going to provide some motivational talks to them and let them know, hey, do not let your circumstance stop you, right? You can overcome anything as long as you put your mind to it. Educate yourself, overcome issues. You can overcome any circumstances that are in front of you if you take the time to properly address those issues. And anything that we can do to help in that process, we want to try and do. And so again, I'm going to get involved. We started with the backpacks. That was a nice start, but I want to go back and talk to those kids. I want to let them know about going to college and getting a master's, and hey, whether you want to be a lawyer or a doctor or whatever it is, get your education lined up and you can write your own ticket. The principal, she reminded me a lot of one of my former coaches, Coach Tynes. Coach Tynes back at Taylor High School. Boy, he was rough on me. He was rough on me. Doggone it, Miller. Why are you dragging butt all the time? What's going on with you? He was always rough on me, right? And what I figured out that he was rough on me because he wanted to push me. You know, for years with Coach Tynes, I was like, man, why were you so hard on me? Why'd you put me on the bench when I thought I should have been in the game? You're not giving me enough effort. You're not doing it. Work harder. And he got it out of me. And what was interesting with Coach Tynes was I went back to my high school. My sister actually, she got a major award a few years ago. And so we went back to the school. This is 20 years after we graduated. And he pulled me to the side. And I'll never forget this. And he goes, Darren, you know, I'm really proud of you. I've seen your success and you're becoming a lawyer and doing all these other things. But he's like, Darren, I got to tell you, and I'm being honest with you, you are the hardest working kid that I've ever had. I'm not saying you're the most talented. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you were the best athlete that I had, but you worked your butt off. You killed yourself for me. You did everything you could to make yourself better. And I just want to let you know I appreciate you and everything that you do. And for him to tell me that and let me know how much I meant to him 20 years later when he didn't have to do that, and now I look back and see how that affected my life, man, it's so important. Those formative years are so important, and we can have such an indelible effect on how people move forward, and you don't really know that effect until you really think about it, and you see, and you go back and you smell the roses. So guys, don't forget the impact you can have on other people, even when you don't think that you're having it. That's a perfect example of that. The thing that really impressed me about her is that she really cares about the community. She cares about her job and especially about the kids. And this was a school that had been traditionally underperforming. And she, as well as the rest of the administration out there, are doing things to make life better for those kids, increase the education, the learning, and it's working, right? And so that's one of the things that we take very, very seriously. The teachers are doing their part, the kids are doing their part. So we, as folks in the community, the Houston community, we need to get involved also. You know, one of the most rewarding parts of this experience was the amount of parents that came up to me during the fact and after, just kind of shaking my hand and thanking me for being able to help them out. We've been distressed since COVID, and so getting things together for our kids was a problem, and you helped us with this. And so it's just so rewarding to be able to kind of help people move forward. And as much as we kind of gave away, I'm just telling you, it feels so good inside just to know that you've helped somebody, you've assisted somebody, you've done what God wants you to do, which is to kind of receive a gift and then pass it on. That's what this is all about, guys. It's not just about a rat race about getting money and achieving the most things. What are you doing to help the community and doing for other people and making things around you better? Don't forget about those responsibilities. They're deep, especially as we become more successful. It's our job moving forward as we see that we can stand in the gap and help people and assist and move things forward, just to spend a little bit of time getting those things done and achieving those goals for others. So we made the choice of helping Goodman Elementary School. And one of the reasons why we helped out the elementary school, and this particular one, was because we wanted to go to a school that we thought needed help. And we had heard some things that were going on in the neighborhood, in the area. The fact that that the parents were having some problems kind of putting funds together and making sure that the kids were starting off the right way for school. And so we decided we wanted to get involved here. Again, education is the cornerstone of success. And if you don't have those basic supplies to get things going for you, how can you be successful? I remember growing up myself, my parents always made sure that I had what I needed to succeed, regardless of the sacrifices that they had. And what was interesting to them, or learning from them, is that my parents, they didn't have that. My dad, he lost both of his parents at a very early age. My mom, both of them educated at least at an early age in the Caribbean. She would barely get a chance to go to school, and and because there were many younger ones beneath her, school was just not the priority, and work became more important. So education was very, very tough to come upon for them, and so they made sure that it was impressed upon us. You are going to school. You're getting your education. You're making sure you're going to get it. Now, my parents both got their educations, both secondary and college, over in Europe down the line, but they had to fight and scrap for it. And so what we want to do is to make sure that others who have the opportunity for education don't have to fight so hard. So this is one of the reasons why that education, especially with people that are privileged, is so important to us. I think that we have a responsibility to do is that if you're able, is to get involved and to help, and not just at Christmas and not just at the end of the year, but when God blesses you by putting certain things in your life, then why can't you turn around and just sprinkle some of that sunshine into the lives of others? We did that to this school, and we've already got blessed. And now we're going to challenge you guys out there, you other lawyers, to get involved also. When God blesses you with that great 18-wheeler, that big case, the blessing of being able to come to work every day, think about doing something for someone else. And I'm going to challenge you to do something for somebody else, some other institution, some other charity, someone else other than yourself, to do something for them. Very specifically, I'm going to start a challenge, okay? And I'm going to challenge attorney Steve Kirker, and I'm going to challenge you to do something good for someone else in the community. And then as you do that, share it with us and then challenge someone else. And let's do this. Let's have an attorney challenge. Let's challenge different lawyers on a consistent basis. Let's keep the challenges moving, keep it going, and just circulate the love. If we get blessed, let's bless somebody else and keep that going. Because what's going to end up happening, we show people the good work that we're doing, and then they're going to share it with others and help others. And we're all going to be blessed. I thank you for your time, and let's keep this going. This is DLaw. I'm attorney Darren Miller, and that's DLaw.